I've spent the last 6 years using my background in science and learning from all the brilliant experiences I've had with my students. And now I've left the old style of teaching and taken the plunge to create new ways to grow myself for my students. The real question is, how will I help other teachers ditch the old mindset without rules or laws completely from scratch? This podcast is here to give you the answer. Join me and follow along as I learn, apply, and share real tested classroom strategies to grow my abilities and strengths using only today's best practices. My name is Juan Campos, and welcome to Seal It With a Smile, Self-Driven Radio. Hey, welcome to Seal It With a Smile. My name is Juan Campos, and thank you so much for joining me here on the podcast. I'm coming to you from the JFK Memorial Site here in downtown Dallas, which I know seems a little somber, like why are you, your podcast is about education, why are you here in downtown Dallas? But I have to tell you this incredible story about this conversation that I had with my mom the last time she came to visit. So before I tell you that story, make sure to hit that subscribe button, whether you're watching this on YouTube or checking me out on Spotify or Stitcher or Google Play or iTunes, wherever you're checking this out. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss a single episode from the podcast. A few weeks back, my mom came to visit. She came to see the grandkids. She came to visit me. And we had the opportunity to come to the JFK Memorial, to the 6th floor museum where everything happened. Now, interestingly enough, my mom was a young child when the assassination occurred. But the thing that she remembered the most about that day was her father's reaction, which was my grandfather. You see, my grandfather was a really big JFK fan. In fact, my parents and my family is from Mexico, and JFK was a really, really big deal over there. In fact, internationally, he was a really big deal, even back then. And when he heard about the assassination, my mom said that his tears just started flowing down his face, and she could tell that something was wrong. She didn't understand exactly what happened, but she knew that something was wrong. And that conversation that I had with my mom stuck with me because she didn't realize what kind of impact that whole event took place. She didn't understand who it was. She didn't understand why it was such a big deal. But because of my grandfather's reaction, because of the way he responded to the news, she understood, hey, something really, really seriously went down. And that is vital and super important to us in the classroom. You see, a lot of times we don't always fully grasp or understand how our reaction to things, our perspective, the way we talk, the way we think, our actions help and dictate a lot of how our students respond to the lessons and to the teachings that we have in our classroom. So if you have an attitude because you're upset, because you got into a fight with whoever that day or that morning, and you walk into the classroom and you're grumpy and you're crabby, that's going to affect the way your kids see the lesson, because everything that happens in that classroom is through your eyes, okay? And because of that, the way our perceptions and the way and our attitudes and the way we see things, we talk about things and the way we do things has a major impact in the way our kids respond to the lesson and to what we're trying to teach them, because everything that happens in that classroom happens through your eyes, through your response, through the way you look at things. Everything is filtered through you. So a lot of times we think, well, it's the kids' attitudes and it's kids this and the kids that, but you have to understand something. The way you talk about things and the way you react to things completely controls the environment. So it's up to you to dictate how those things respond to in your classroom. It really is through you, through your eyes, in which your kids see everything that happens. So make sure that when you approach the classroom, make sure you approach it in a positive way, because other than that, you will miss out on really opening an opportunity and creating a space for your kids to learn. And that just doesn't just happen any other way. There takes a lot of preparation, a lot of prep for you to do that. And I know what you're saying. I know, but sometimes I'm a human being. Sometimes I have a bad day. Sometimes I don't want to come in and put a smile on my face. Guess what? That's okay. That's okay. Sometimes it's okay to admit, you know what, today is not the best day for me. Sometimes it's okay to admit to the kids, you know what, kids, I had a flat tire, I didn't get my coffee, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Sometimes it's okay to admit to your kids what's going on, because as long as you're having an honest conversation with them, then that sends the kids the message that you're being honest, you're being real, you're being truthful, and you will not lie to them, and you will be completely honest with them about everything. And if you're honest with your kids about your day, if you're honest with your students about what's going on in that particular moment, you're going to be honest with them about the lesson, about whatever it is that you're trying to teach and you're trying to accomplish that day. So understand that it's through your eyes, through your perception of the lesson, of the environment, of that day that your kids learn. So make sure that you just be honest with yourself and you're honest with them about the perceptions and the ideas that you want them to have. Because if you see everything and you promote a positive attitude in everything that you do, that's going to create a safe space in your classroom for your kids to be positive and to be honest and to try to push things forward and to try to push themselves, because guess what? You're also pushing yourself to be the best version of yourself that you can be. And that's something that everybody can rely on. And it's contagious, which is the best part. Not only will it affect your kids in your classroom, but it'll affect your spouse, it'll affect your teammates in your classroom and in your building. It'll be contagious enough so that everybody will feed off of your positive energy. So I really, really encourage you to understand that your students will see your lesson and will have an experience in your classroom through your eyes. So make it as positive and as real and as honest as you can be, and you will see a dramatic change in your classroom. They will have trust and they will have faith in you, because they will know that it's through your eyes, through everything is possible. And a big shout out to my mom. Thank you so much, Mama, for always believing me, because it's because of your belief in me that I'm able to do what I can do. So muchas gracias, Mama, por todo. Love you, Mom. So wherever you do, no matter what you do, don't forget to seal every interaction, to seal every moment, to seal everything that you do with your smile. Thank you so much for joining me today on the podcast. My name is Juan Campos, and I will check you out next time. Want even more great Seal with a Smile content? Click the link on any of my social media sites, and there you will have access to my free online ebook, The 5 Seal with a Smile Secrets. And that will prepare you for my main course, The Self-Driven Classroom. This course will help you develop your self-awareness for a truly transformational classroom experience, not only for you, but for your kids. Remember, you are the most important person in that classroom. Learn to take care of your Maslows for their blooms. Be well, take care, and I will see you in the course.